Well, the Greater Baltimore Committee is marking 70 years. That's 7 decades of playing an important role in Baltimore's rise in the region. And its 70th annual meeting will look back at the milestones of the city's growth. Joining us now is the GBC president and CEO, Mark Anthony Thomas. Good to see you, man.
It's always good to be here.
Yeah, 70 years of work, not bad for GBC, huh?
No, it's a long time.
Yeah. the organization, the committee has had their hands in so much. Is there a milestone that stands out to you that you were integral as a part of?
You know, every major transformative economic development project GBC has been involved in, whether it's BWI, creating the Maryland Stadium Authority, reimagining the Inner Harbor, creating College Bound.
Sure.
So we need to bring that history back to life so people can truly see that the organization is special.
Yeah, your organization, you did a good job on Instagram. I've seen some of the pictures you brought up, and some of the times you'll see the pictures and like, oh, they're involved in that?
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how deep you guys go as far as your work in Baltimore. What exactly does GBC do?
Yeah, so we were created to be the private sector voice of collaboration. And move the economy forward. And you think about all the different companies and universities and nonprofits that care about the economy. We're the organization that was created to usher those things forward. And that said, everything from the convention center being remodeled to cleaning up the waterfront, like there's not a place where GBC shouldn't have some perspective or some guidance on how we think we can galvanize private voices.
Sure, and everything you list there was not an easy thing to
That's
do.
correct.
I think sometimes Baltimoreans, we get stuck in what's old, we get stuck in the past. How do you move some minds forward to move Baltimore ahead?
In some way, it changes with every generation. What was exciting about me coming to Baltimore 2 years ago was looking at what are the issues now that we need to provide leadership on. Housing, reimagining our economy, transportation, providing support on issues like public safety and workforce development. Those are things that we're focused on now that will continue to move the region and the city forward.
As you celebrate the 70th year, you're doing something different with your meetings. So it's not going to sit around and have the typical meeting fare. You've turned into a museum. What's that all about?
Well, that's correct. What we wanted was for people to actually appreciate the depth of not only GBC's history, but Baltimore's history. Something very special in seeing people come together to actually make big things happen. And when you look at the GBC's history, you see that. And so it was important for us in this time now in particular to get people excited about Baltimore, its past, but then its future as well.
We talked about the same topic last year as you got ready to celebrate again. And I asked you then, is it tough to get dollars into Baltimore? I know we went through a stretch where maybe getting a convention wasn't as easy, and then here comes a basketball tournament, or you have CFG that seems to pack people all the time. What's the secret sauce now to keep this momentum going?
You know what it is? We have to make our case. People are listening. People care about Baltimore all over the world. People talk about Baltimore. We have to define what Baltimore is for people, and you'll start to see more investment, more interest, more talent as a result of that.
What's the pitch? When someone comes and says, you know, maybe we'll bring a headquarters here, what's the pitch to make us attractive?
You know, we're a region that makes bold moves. You see things like Baltimore Peninsula, Trade Point Atlantic, CIAA tournament. We're a place where if you want to do ambitious things, there's a culture that supports that, whether it's on the innovation side, development, or civic progress.
Sure. We've seen some of that moves as far as housing goes as well. We've seen a lot of buildings go up and for lease signs. Are we attracting people, you think, not just to work here, but to live here also?
Yeah, no, our population is growing. Our region as a whole is growing. We can grow more, and we can actually become a place that people look for all the things that we are actually good at: quality of life, great job opportunities, diverse economy. But we need to make that case more broadly.
Who has a voice at GBC? Who are the folks, when you go to the meeting, who shows up for people who haven't been to a meeting there?
You know, it's a mix. I would say whether you're a small entrepreneur or a big company, we create a table for everyone. Because in practice, my voice should reflect the voice of hundreds of voices. And only then can you really speak with the coalition behind you.
If there are folks who want to take part or maybe join or have their business highlighted with you, what's the best way for them to get in touch?
They should check out gbc.org, follow us on social media. The event is on Friday, September 12th. And so we'll make sure that people have a great time when they come.
Last one for you. What's your vision? What do you see? I know on your website you have a 2035 vision looking down the road. What do you know? How will you know you've been successful leading this group?
When people feel the success. Like right now, we're still in such a foundation setting phase that we're finally pivoting to the work itself. And so planning, creating a brand, creating a vision for housing. People need to see that investment and those dollars flow, and we're finally getting to that point.
Okay, I love the progress.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too.